Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, June 15th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice right here we have a fairly narrow range that is developed here heading into the RTH open, just 15 points of range, which is 47% of average range. We've been mostly sideways over the last week of trading heading into Wednesday's FOMC statement and the rate decision. That's going to be an important time for the market there. Once that information is released, we'll get ourselves another FOMC key level. The last one we got here was back in April. You can see how it has been a very important level, both as resistance and then as support, as it has been a very important key level over the last few weeks. We're going to get another one of those levels on Wednesday. Again, we could see further range-bound price action here, sideways to up, until Wednesday comes around. Once we see what the Fed says here, we could see increased volatility, not only Wednesday afternoon, but especially Thursday and heading into the next several weeks. So right now, very quiet as we head into Wednesday's trading with a sideways to upward bias. If we take a look here at the NQ, very similar price action, a much more narrow range, relatively speaking. 30% of ADR, just 52 points of range, very narrow here. We did have a very strong finish to the day yesterday. Any pullback could still be defended for a continuation. This market remains bullish right now, does the NQ, but again, we could be stalling for the most part ahead of Wednesday's trading. Any pullback still remains a buying opportunity for a continuation higher, as this market remains within a very bullish trend. Taking a look at crude oil. Crude oil right now up 1+% at the moment. This one continues to grind higher. You can see the previous session here, new highs. We're now approaching 72s, hitting a high of 71.95 ahead of the RTH open here. Still very bullish trending market. Again, very similar to the others, this has more upside toward 72.35, which is the 50% extension, and then again as high as 76.72, which is the 50% extension up ahead. Again, any pullback, even a significant pullback towards 68, could still be an opportunity to push this thing higher down the road toward those 76s. So still very, very strong right now. Not a whole lot of counter trend pullback. Any failed new lows could still be a buying opportunity for a continuation ahead. Lastly, taking a look at gold futures. This one finding a low yesterday. We mentioned that 1840 could be an opportunity here for bulls to come in and defend. Price found a low in the 1845s and developed a bit of a tail. We mentioned, given the size of the pivot range, given the range of the previous month, we could be mostly range bound here for GC, so we weren't looking for expansion below the previous mid. Obviously a failure there would open up clear air back toward the 1760s, but given the current trajectory, we were looking for some sort of bounce, or at least a hold that could push price back up within the range as this thing continues to trade between 1840 and 1920. So until we see the FOMC here, we may be mostly range bound the rest of the day here, looking to fade edges with an upward bias across the board. Overall, again, all eyes on FOMC statement heading into Wednesday's session. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the day. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.